What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. It's Whitey here today. Happy Wednesday. This video is, of course, going to be a continuation of our IEM Chengdu video content here, CS2 content. IEM Chengdu is now all the way into the quarterfinals. So without further ado, I guess we can just hop into it. We'll talk about, obviously, results in the tournament for today. Our results, our profit and loss up until this point. We'll talk about the playoff bracket, what that's looking like, and our best bets for the quarterfinals, which are going to be this Friday. That's November the 7th, 2025. So, getting into this for overall brackets, obviously we had two groups, Group A and Group B, playing off in the group stage here. We'll just talk about how the finals went. So in the upper bracket final for Group A, we saw Falcons take down Astralis 2-0. Falcons advances as the number 1 seed. They go all the way to the semi-final automatically, and Astralis takes the number 2 seed. They play the corresponding 3 seed in the quarterfinal. Then down in the lower bracket final, I got my heart crushed with Team Spirit. My boys got sent home. They looked like shit. MongolZ looked pretty good. With controllers, they're actually not looking that bad. But Spirit should have won that if they were in form. Zui looked like shit. Tanir looked like shit at times. Donk even didn't look as great as Chopper. Obviously looked like shit. But MongolZ ended up qualifying there. They took the 3 seed. Down in Group B, we saw MongolZ take care of FURIA 2-1. So MongolZ claims that number 1 seed in Group B. FURIA takes the number 2 seed, and then down below in the lower bracket final, we saw Vitality beat G2 2-0. G2 didn't have Hunter, but nonetheless, Vitality probably would have won regardless, so they moved on. This is what our playoff bracket now looks like down below. Like I said, we're going to have our quarterfinal games on Friday here, so there's no CS action tomorrow for IEM Chengdu. This just goes directly into Friday. On Friday, we're going to have FURIA and MongolZ, and we're going to have Astralis and Team Vitality. The winner of FURIA and MongolZ faces Falcons, probably going to be FURIA if I had to guess, and this is going to be an absolute banger of a semi-final matchup if we get to see Falcons and FURIA. And then down below, assuming Vitality takes care of business against Astralis, I can't imagine that they don't. Then we're going to get a nice little rematch here between MongolZ and Vitality. MongolZ beat Vitality up here 2-1 for the first time in a long time. So we'll see how things end up shaking out the next time around if we are blessed enough to get that matchup. So in terms of results overall and kind of how we're looking for this tournament, we're now officially 7-7 on our parlays plays that we've given out here. The one in the middle was obviously a big one for today. We had 5 legs on that one. I posted it in the CS2 chat. Most of these legs were on the cheat sheet as well. So that was 2 units, ended up paying 7.5 units. We got a nice 5 units of profit out of that one. The one on the left-hand side, also from this morning, it was on yesterday's CS2 cheat sheet that we posted in Discord, on Twitter, so on and so forth. That had Virtus Pro plus 1.5 and Falcons minus 1.5. That paid 5 units off of 2 units. And then the one on the right hand side, I think was from the video 2 days ago, but nonetheless was on the cheat sheet in the Discord, so on and so forth. But I'm pretty sure it was from that video. And that one was 2 units, 2 point something times your money, paid just over 4 units here. So like I said, overall 7-7, up 3.12 units. We want to stay in the profit here, but obviously we want to gain some profit over the course of the weekend. So let's get into some plays. For those of you that watch the videos regularly, you know that all of the odds that will be discussed in today's video will be on Thunderpick.io, which is one of the top books in the world for esports betting. You can deposit on Thunderpick using crypto, credit card, Apple Pay, Visa Debit, or via their new gift card deposit, which allows you to purchase and deposit a Thunderpick gift card amount directly to your balance. And Thunderpick has lines for all of your favorite esports, including but not limited to CS2, League, Dota, Valorant, Overwatch, COD, Fortnite, Rocket League, and so much more. If you visit tinyurl.com/LockCityTP, you can get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit all the way up to $600 or whatever the equivalent is in your local currency. Any amount that you deposit up to $600 will get immediately matched by Thunderpick for you to be able to use for your esports picks. We've obviously been super profitable on CS2, but with that deposit bonus, you can always try your luck with some of your other favorites with that free money to play with. That's tinyurl.com/LockCityTP for a 100% deposit bonus at Thunderpick up to $600. Alrighty, so given the fact that there are only obviously 2 matches for the quarterfinals tomorrow, because this is a 6-team playoff, we're only going to be able to target those 2 matches, but the play that I'm going to be running with, and ignore all of this other mess to the side, I got a flurry of NBA action, soccer, so on and so forth going on here, football, depending on where you're located in the world and what you call it. But this play in the middle here is what we're going to be talking about here. So the first line that I'm going to be going with in the first quarterfinal, Vitality and Astralis, is going to be Astralis plus 6.5 round spread on map 1. So if we want to hop into this one, what my thought process is behind this and what I'm anticipating is going to happen is that Astralis is going to ban Dust 2. Astralis does not have a good Dust 2. They kind of change up their maps that they play. Astralis bans Dust 2 at like a 36% clip rate, but they don't always ban Dust 2. They will here because Vitality, it's their best map, 92%. It's Astralis' worst map. They haven't won on it in the last 3 months, so why would you not ban it? So Astralis is going to ban Dust 2. Vitality is obviously going to ban Ancient. If I was Astralis, and this is kind of what I'm basing the play off of, if I was Astralis, I would pick Nuke here. They have the best chance to win on Nuke. If they pick Inferno, they're idiots. They're not going to pick Overpass. They're not going to pick Train. They're not going to pick Mirage. Most likely, they're going to pick Nuke. When they do pick into Nuke, we need them to win at least 7 rounds here. I've seen some rumblings. Some people think that Astralis can maybe win a map here. I don't know if I want to be that optimistic, but I do think Astralis can win at least 7 rounds on their map pick. They're coming into a quarterfinal. Public consensus 33% is a little bit crazy. Vitality obviously has not been in the best form as of recently. They lost that match to MongolZ. They've dropped maps along the way. So I think this one could be competitive. What I'm anticipating is probably like a 13-10 Vitality scoreline or a 13-9 Vitality scoreline. But regardless, I think Astralis wins at least 7 rounds and they cover our plus 6.5 on that one. And then the second leg for this one is going to be FURIA on the money line against MongolZ. I love FURIA in this spot. I think whoever wins the FURIA and Falcons semifinal matchup, assuming FURIA wins this, is probably going to be the team that wins the tournament. If we want to scroll down here and talk about map pool, it looks like public consensus about 75% FURIA. I would have to agree. I think it's very likely that they take this. MongolZ has looked pretty good with Control as the 28-year-old prodigy. I've seen him called on Twitter there. But he came over from Chinggis Warriors. He's a stand-in for MongolZ in this tournament, obviously in place of Senzu. If we want to talk about what MongolZ could maybe be competitive on, so obviously FURIA is going to ban Ancient. MongolZ is going to ban Train. I would imagine MongolZ probably picks into Dust 2 or Mirage. That seems pretty straightforward to me, and I think it could be close. But FURIA would wipe them on Inferno, FURIA would wipe them on Nuke, and FURIA should wipe them on Overpass. So I feel very comfortable about FURIA in this. I think their form has been really good. I think Molodoy's been playing out of his mind. The whole gang, really. Keserato, Yukinder, so on and so forth. They've all had some really good high spots in this tournament. So this one's kind of a no-brainer to me, to be honest. But I'm going to be going with FURIA on the money line for the second leg there. And these two legs of this parlay are going to come out to 2.07 times. We're going to do our traditional 2 units on it. So 2 units is going to pay just shy of 4.14 units. And that's going to be the primary play here that I am running for Friday. Of course, we might have some more live bets as the day kind of progresses. So if you aren't in the Discord and if you are a Discord user, join up at the bottom of the screen there. It's 100% free, discord.gg/LOCKCITY. We're not going to charge you for picks or anything like that. Just come cash out with us, come hang out. We have a nice CS2 chat. We talk about the games all day long as they're going on. Obviously, we have our CS2 cheat sheet that we drop, which is very reflective of these plays. In fact, the one that you'll see for Friday that's circulating on both Twitter and in Discord is exactly these 2 plays. And that's what I like to do to keep it pretty straightforward for everybody that's watching there. So these are the 2 legs that we're running with for Friday. Astralis, map 1, plus 6.5 round spread. If, for whatever reason, they do not pick Nuke, we're going to abandon this. And then FURIA on the money line, 1.48 times your money. This Astralis one creeped up to 1.45, so if by the time you watch this video, you may or may not have better odds on it, but if you do, definitely snipe that. And if, for whatever reason, it's not Nuke, definitely cash that out. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it, depending on what platform you are on. If it's YouTube, X, so on and so forth, either follow or subscribe, and we'll see you back here on Friday, I guess, for some more CS2 content. I was going to say tomorrow, but that will not be the case. We'll see y'all Friday for some more CS2 content. Actually, we might, now that I say that, we might see you tomorrow, because in terms of events, I want to be able to get out this Blast Rivals Fall 2025 video. Starts off on the 12th next week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know what day of the week that is, Wednesday of next week. So I want to get things moving on this, so I might record this tomorrow. You might see me tomorrow. If not, we'll see you on Friday. Peace.